In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, peace be upon you. I apologize that I speak slowly. If you want to speed up this video, you can click on settings at the bottom right of the screen, then click on speed and select a suitable speed. Now, I've talked about strange experiences I had in the year 2000. I want to discuss a few of my experiences here. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how I had fasted for a month so Allah sends rain to Ethiopia because the country was suffering a drought for about 4 years, and that Allah answered my prayers, not only my prayers, the prayers of the Ethiopian people, no doubt, because they were the ones who were suffering, and he did send rain. However, shortly after that, I had a really terrible dream. Now, in the dream, I was with my girlfriend and daughter, and we were singing and dancing in a restaurant. Now, people started criticizing me and in the dream and started saying that I should be ashamed of myself singing and dancing while I am with my daughter. So I actually started to leave the restaurant. Again, this is all in my dream, but as I looked out of the window, I could see dark clouds gathering. Now, my friend spoke to me and told me that she thought it was going to rain, but I replied, no, this is Allah's punishment that is coming. So we left the restaurant, but the rain became heavier and more stormy with lightning, I think. This was back in 2000, so it's a little bit difficult to remember precise details. Anyway, in the dream, I was carrying my daughter and I couldn't run as fast. My friend actually managed to run over a hill, so I couldn't see her anymore. Now, when I got to the other side of the hill, my friend was nowhere to be seen. Only her clothes and her car keys were left lying on the floor. When I woke up, I noticed that something I was wearing was missing. Now, I had been wearing a soiled garment, but I couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't in my bed, it wasn't in the bin. I even checked, the kitchen bin in case I'd sleepwalked into another room and dropped it there, but it just seemed to disappear. Now, at the time, I believed that Allah was showing me that the dream was actually a true vision and it would come true. Now, when I told people about this, some said I probably forgot where I placed the item, and some people actually believed what I had said. Now, one person who was a bit of a learned man in terms of religion, he told me that the singing and the dancing was a celebration of Allah and telling people about Allah in a place where food is plenty. So the restaurant suggested a place of plentiful food like the UK where I live. He also added that what seems to happen to my friend demonstrates what will happen to people without true belief when Allah sends his punishment. Now, Allah is witness to this truth. I can't be sure of of whether this was a future vision. It has actually been 16 years since I had the dream, and it doesn't seem to have come true yet, unless you consider the tsunami an example of the death caused by, water. But it's a slightly different situation. I do know in the past, when I was young, when I was about 18, I actually dreamt about a future event. I actually saw people in the dream grown up, and who I saw a child that I knew at 2 years old. Now in the dream, this girl appeared, in her late teens, and I actually didn't recognize that the dream had been fulfilled until I was over 40 years old. So, if it is to come true, if the soiled material did disappear as a sign from God, then perhaps something will happen in the future. Only Allah knows. Before I give my final thoughts and prayers, I would like to say, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to pray that Allah guides us, protects us, and gives us all peace, and all that I have written below, may it all be accepted by Allah. Ameen. Allahu Akbar, and Khuda Hafiz. God bless.